season. And everything is just ruined. It's just ruined. It's just ruined, okay? No answer whatsoever for the Golden State Warriors. They could put up 120 a night if they wanted to. Kevin Durant has ruined the regular season. Who wants to see Golden? I don't understand it. Man.
Don't you wish Stephen A. would tell us how he really feels? But Stephen A., you were very strong on Kevin Durant yesterday, calling his move to join the Warriors the weakest ever. Well, Durant and his new squad crushed the Clippers by 45 points in their first preseason game Tuesday, but Durant struggled at times during the game, telling ABC 7 Bay Area, "There's a lot I need to learn about the game of basketball. You know, I'm not as smart as I thought I was about the game. It's played a different way here than I was used to playing. I learned a lot, obviously, in my years in the league, but this is a different system, a different philosophy of basketball I am learning, so it is going to take some time." KD was also quick to point out that he wasn't taking a shot at the Thunder. It's not a knock on Oklahoma City. It's not a knock on my past teammates or that organization. I mean, it's different here. It's fun here. It's fun playing where I was before, but that book is closed. Are you buying that this is not a shot at Oklahoma City?
Hell no. It absolutely was a shot at Oklahoma City. And it was a shot at Oklahoma City because he has to know that's how it's going to be interpreted no matter what he says because of what he has done. So if he's saying that's not what his intent is, I think Kevin Durant is a classy, high-caliber human being. But the bottom line is that he's also smart enough to know that no matter how you try to gloss over it, that's how it's going to be interpreted. Let's go back and dissect the quotes.
Okay.
You know, it's different here. It's more fun, okay? I'm learning things I did not know. Kevin Durant is a career 27.4 point per game scorer who shoots 48% from the field, okay? 38% from three-point range. His career averages are 27, 7, and 4. Over the last 6 or 7 years, I'm sorry. I'll go this. Are you ready for this, Max?
Yep.
Let's go back to 2008. Sure. It's almost 8 years. 25.3 points per game he averaged in 2008, 2009. 25, 30, 27, 28, 28, 32. Then he got hurt for the 27 games he played in 2014, 2015. 25.4. Last year he averaged 28.2. He is a former league MVP. He has been to the finals. He was coached by Scott Brooks. And oh, by the way, everybody, no knock against Steve Kerr, because Steve Kerr is an exceptional coach and actually a good man, too. But let me be very, very clear. Billy Donovan's no slouch. Billy Donovan's a two-time national champion as a coach. Billy Donovan coached his first year in the NBA last year, Max. Where did Oklahoma City go? Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
You an upgrade over Scotty Brooks, let's be honest.
And let me also say this to Kevin Durant. I don't want to hear anything about Billy Donovan. Nothing. Do you know why? Because if your coach and your franchise gets you, who is Kevin Durant, one of the top 3 players on the planet, he is a superstar. They got you to 3-1 in a conference finals. What you talking to me about coaching for? For what? Why are we having a conversation about coaching? Isn't it that at that point where it comes down to you? I mean, if there was ever a moment, I'm saying let's just throw it out the window, Max. I won't even argue with any point that somebody makes about, well, Golden State's a better, you know, the system, the distribution of the basketball. You don't know who's going to take the last shot. But I'm saying forget all of that. Work with me, Max Kellerman, for this one moment.
You got it.
I sit up here and I go like this. Hey, Max, you're a superstar basketball player. One of the top 3 players on the planet. 6'10", 7'6" wingspan, can pull up from 30, got a handle, mid-range game, shoot free throws, and I've gotten you to a point where you are 3-1 in a conference finals. What are you talking to me about coaching for? You got one game. One game. If I covered, before I let you go, Max, let me say this to America right here. This is where I come from.
I love this passion.
This is where I come from.
Okay.
When we talk about basketball, would you mind, Max, if I gave you a little bit of my history?
Please do.
The great John McClendon, God rest his wonderful soul, was just posthumously inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. He was my basketball coach, Clarence Big House Games' mentor. The two of them together used to sit me down and teach me the game of basketball when I played.
Kind of like me debating with you.
Not at all. Here's right there.
It's happening again.
When I first came into this business as a reporter, my first job was covering John Chaney. My second job was when I was covering the NBA. My first 6 years was covering Larry Brown. So let me give you the names. John McClendon, Clarence Big House Gaines, John Chaney, and then Larry Brown. Forget what I know about basketball, about watching, playing, being on a basketball scholarship, et cetera, et cetera. I was taught by historians, okay? So we got that going on. I bring all of that up to say to you that I think when you have a superstar player, there's only but so much a coach can do. At some point in time, even the great Phil Jackson, with 11 rings, am I lying, Max? Did he not go to Michael Jordan on a few occasions and go like this? Here, take me there. Did he not go to Kobe? Kobe. Was that Phil Jackson that coached the Lakers to the first championship against the Indiana Pacers when Shaq got into foul trouble? Or was it Kobe that went up to the big fella? I got you, big dog. The ball is mine. It's my time now. You understand? I got you. Don't even worry about it. I'm saying, where was Kevin Durant? So my point is, I don't want to hear this stuff about a better situation. It may very well be. It's not applicable to you, and you damn well know it. So when you make a statement like that, regardless of how it's interpreted, you're calling out Oklahoma City.
Let me just start by saying that was a brilliant point. And it's actually going to change my response. I still have a response, but it's going to change it. I was going to say, look, if someone comes from the Bengals, good organization, make the playoffs every year, and they wind up on the Patriots, and they say, boy, I didn't even know football. This is amazing. They're not necessarily throwing shade at the Bengals. They're simply saying, I am now at the best. Mm-hmm. And the Golden State Warriors are the best, you can say, other than the Cavs, except they don't, there's only one LeBron James. Of everyone not named LeBron, of any team that doesn't have a guy named LeBron James on it, they are the best run franchise right now. So I'd say it's not throwing shade. But I want to address your point because I think it's that brilliant. The bottom line is, forget about up 3-1. Because Kobe Bryant was once up 3-1 against the Suns.
Lost.
And then it was 3-3. And Jim Lampley and I bet dinner. I bet on Kobe. Because I thought like you thought. I said, hey, the history of the NBA is if you get to a Game 7, give me the team with the best player on the floor. You think Kobe Bryant's going out like that? And Jim bet me a dinner. And he thought the superior system would beat the superior player. And I lost that dinner. I took Jim out to dinner.
But that's not why you lost.
Well, Kobe was showing everyone how he could bounce pass in Game 7.
Kobe decided he got tired of the noise and said, y'all, damn it, y'all go ahead and shoot.
Okay, but still, the outcome is the outcome.
Right.
That's the one thing I hold against Kobe in his career on the court. Like, Kobe, cost me a dinner. Okay. What Kevin Durant is saying here, here's my real response to your brilliant point. And by the way, when Stephen A. Smith says something about basketball, like, yeah, he is throwing shade, I realize the whole NBA, we see it all day. The whole NBA texts this guy, in case you're wondering. So he's privy to information that all of us are not privy, none of us are privy to all of that information, and that helps inform your opinion. So I realize that I'm talking to that guy about this topic. Nevertheless, I don't think he is throwing shade because Durant with the Warriors is saying, and his whole attitude seems to be, that he is going to defy the history of the NBA. That you and I both know, Stephen A., this is not international basketball or college basketball. Mm-hmm. The NBA has always been different, even as they change the rules. As much as they try to change it, the bottom line is, if the best player in the world or the best player on the court, forget about being down 3-1, Stephen A., it was a tight game with a minute left. And Kevin Durant wasn't the best player on the court in Game 7, even though he should be. The best player on the court wins that game. That's the argument for Bill Russell. 21-0 in deciding games, high school, college, and the pros. Don't tell me about how this guy's better than Bill Russell and that guy until Michael Jordan. When the chips were on the line, his team never lost the Game 7. He was always the best. That means something. That's not Durant. And Durant seems to me to be in the middle of a career where he's trying to prove he doesn't have to have that Kobe Bryant killer, prize fighter, this is a one-on-one game mentality. He doesn't need, what he can do is fit into a system, play the right way, and let the chips fall where they may. And I think that's what he's saying here. Yep. Not I'm beating my chest, I'm the best, I'm proving it. He's saying I want to fit into a team where they play basketball the way I think it should be played.
What I'm saying to you is no one will refute what you just said about Kevin Durant. What they're saying is it's still problematic. In the NBA, for example, and I'll shut it down by saying this. Kevin Durant wants to fit in. He wants to be just a cog in the wheel, per se. That's what he wants to do. Does his paycheck say that? When he goes and he's looking to get paid, does he say, I want to get paid the same as everybody else? Does he say that I want to be like everybody else? You got a $300+ million endorsement deal. You got the max contract. You've got the stuff that says, I am a superstar, I am elite, that's how I want to be recognized. Until you get the check, then you want to be like everybody else. And I'm saying to you, that's the difference. That is the difference. That's where it really, really counts. At some point, I have no problem with him wanting to be with the team or whatever the case may be. You know me, I only have a problem with him going to the team that beat him. Not the fact that he left Oklahoma City. But make no mistake about it. Intent or not, you know that's going to be interpreted as you point to Oklahoma City. You know that.
His point is, I'm not going to be the guy you all want me to be. I'm going to be the guy I want to be. And by the way, if it costs him, not only in the way you're talking, but in the all-time comparisons, why is Larry Bird the greater player than Kevin Durant at this point? It's for what you're saying.
Okay.
Got to leave it there. Up next, we know Bill Belichick has Tom Brady's back. We'll fill you in on the latest loophole he's found for his quarterback. That combo is next. Strong stuff, gentlemen. Meanwhile, Bill Belichick found a loophole for Tom Brady to avoid media this week, according to Yahoo Sports. The NFL has provided the Patriots with an exemption, meaning the team doesn't have to officially add him to the active roster until Saturday. Therefore, he's not required to speak to the media. The team will have no media access on Saturday as they'll be traveling to Cleveland for Sunday's game. But Bill had to speak to the media, and this is what he had to say about Brady.
How do you relate to the team that Tom's return isn't a fix-all?
We all got to do our job. We all got to do our job better. We all got a lot of things to work on, and that's easy.
Tom, how are you feeling about getting Tom back? Do you feel like he can finally exhale?
I feel like we need to go out to Cleveland and play well in order to win. That's what we're going to try to do.
A lot of fans seem to think that the suspension, they're hoping the suspension, will sort of inspire Tom and the rest of the team to play even harder with more intensity. What do you think about that? Think that could be?
I think our team needs to prepare well this week and go out and play well against Cleveland in Cleveland. That's what we need to do.
You talked to Tom. How does he seem? Seem ready for? Does Tom seem ready for Cleveland physically, mentally, attitude-wise?